Okay, we're currently at 808 Main Street in Millis, Mass. 02054 on behalf of Celia Corp. or Company. Service technicians Mike Gerard and Tim Sylvia are on site with building manager. We are at manhole 1 on the back side of the wooden shed at the end of the parking lot going backwards towards the McDonald's property itself. We passed 1 TY, which is the grease trap inlet into the sanitary line. The transition you're seeing now is the cast iron to SDR transition in the parking lot that is just inside of the drive-through lane, taking the corner going up to the drive-through windows. We're going to pull back at this time. You can see we're at 91 feet from the manhole all the way back to the driveway. We're going to zero out. You can see bottom left-hand corner. We are at 0 inches and going to be pulling back now. We will be negative inches, but it'll be an accurate footage. You can see the SDR looks okay. There's no cracks, dents, ripples, anything of that nature. There is a static line at your 9 and 3 o'clock, which means that this line does hold on occasion. They are operating right now. The building is functioning. You can see there is some grease in the line. Okay, you can see right here on your right hand side at 3 p.m. This is your inlet from the grease tank. So when the grease tank reaches its maximum height, it overflows into this line, which is the existing sanitary line. They combine a sewer system, and then they come out to manhole 1, disperse to 2 and 3, and then eventually out to the city main in the Roach Brothers parking lot.
How far are we there?
So you can see here that we are underwater. Going back in. You can see here we come out of water. Right here. And then as we pull back, we are going to be going underwater. So this line has a potential belly, which being on this side of the grease trap is potential for grease blockages if the grease does exit the grease trap. So just note that there is a belly from manhole 1 to the grease trap itself, which could end up being a potential blockage in the future. Okay, so the building manager wanted us to assess the dip. We put a mark on the ground, which will all be notated in the photographs and the end of work report. So the start of this dip right here is notated and it's grounded. We're going to pull back a little bit more now. As you can see, we start entering the water. Now we are underwater. So this is potential for a blockage in the future. Once we come out of water, we'll notate where that is to give you the exact length of the dip in the parking lot. Okay, so you can see here we're starting to come out of the water. So right about there would be the end of your dip. So 63 feet back from the building itself towards the manhole. We're going to pause video and we're going to locate this area for management. Okay, all right, everything has been notated now. We're going to continue to pull back. You can see that we are out of the water at this time. It is about a 20 to 30 foot dip in the line.
No problem.
You can see we are completely out of water. So water is flowing to manhole 1. It's just very slow because it has to push through the water itself. And you can see there is a little bit of water in the system right now. That is because the building is still functioning. So as we pull out, you can see we are inside the manhole. Manhole 1, Roach Brothers parking lot, wooden shed. So that's going to conclude from grease trap to manhole 1. Okay, now we're going to be going from manhole 1 out to manhole 2, which is in the middle of the parking lot located in front of Roach Brothers. You can see bottom left hand corner, we do have an accurate footage, 0 inches. You can also tell that the pitch to the left of your footage, you have a +7, which means we are fighting a tiny hill. But line is no longer holding water, which means it is flowing. Line is all SDR piping, appears to be 4-inch. Okay, you can see here, looks like on the left hand side there is a TY. Somebody else is tied into this building, tied into this line. There is a plaza building located to the left of manhole 1. We are unsure if that building ties into this. We can locate this particular area where this line ties in. We're going to go locate it at this time. Pausing video. Okay, so going out, everything's been notated on the ground. Pictures to follow on end of work report. You can see here that there appears to be a slip joint at approximately 31 feet. And then to your left, at 9 o'clock, you can see going into the line, right there, there's a separate line coming in from what appears to be, we don't know at this time, but from what appears to be this plaza that's on the left-hand side that runs in between the CVS Pharmacy and the McDonald's. So everything has been notated properly, and we're going to push forward. But you can see we're out of water at this point. We fell into water at that slip joint, so that is a potential for a future blockage. Okay, so we've notated on the ground where the beginning of this dip is at 80 feet. Pictures to follow. Gonna push forward. As you can see, we start to become underwater. Okay, we're now out of the dip at 93 feet. We will notate this as well. Okay, so the end of this dip has been notated. It's on the ground. Pictures to follow. Gonna push forward.
Transition.
So you can see on your right hand side and your left hand side that this line has a big apparent grease blockage. Would recommend this line gets jetted today.
This whole property main soil.
Okay, we found out 120 feet out.
He's like this.
We're going to pull back at this time, and we're going to reposition the manhole 2 and come back to manhole 1 to see what the situation is and what we're stuck in right now. It appeared to be grease before I went any further. Now the camera head is all schmegged up with grease, so you're not going to see anything. So we're going to pull back, we're going to clean the head, we're going to reposition over towards manhole 2, and we'll come back towards manhole 1, pulling back at this time.